Today we're going to Drumattic. It's a drum shop, not in an attic. I'm going to chat with Tristan, Mr. Drumattic himself. I've got my Tristan in the back as well. I'm going to make some drum heads for it next week, which is actually how I met Tristan back in the day. Is I made some drum heads for him before he started doing them himself, and he does all manner of repairs and great stuff. I wanted to get him to look at some bearing edges for me, but I got my Tristan kit in because I want to set it up and just get like a kind of before and after new heads, and those drums will sound glorious. And then I'm going to make a sample instrument with them. Stay tuned for that because it's going to be really special. It's quite overwhelming, isn't it, really? Yeah.
Would you want the top one, though? The whole shebang?
The whole shebang, yeah. I kind of like these, like, really... Because Ludwig did the thick shell as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
I kind of like...
Very sort of... You must have seen it, that picture, whenever it was in the 40s, this guy sitting in front of a bass drum. The bass
Oh,
drum.
yeah. Is it the Purdy drum?
I think so,
Yeah.
yeah. And it must, you know, I'm not even going to guess the size of it, but it looks just monstrous.
Yeah.
Huge. And I'm just thinking, well, for that era, that must be a calf, you know, like a natural skin head.
Yeah,
like,
what animal?
What animal
Yeah,
did that
yeah.
come from?
It's probably, like, some endangered... Like
Woolly
elephant or
yeah,
something,
totally.
yeah.
The last of the mammoths.
Yeah, I always use goat skin.
Lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, it's way... Have you ever used calf skin?
A couple of times,
It's
so
just so hard to work.
Yeah, totally. End up soaking it for days and it's still not flexible and whatever.
That's what it is originally, isn't it? I think it's just... I guess then you're just tidying up what was original and making it a bit... Because you can see it's not even, can't you?
Yeah, I think that was one of the things, because I always find the sharper the edges, the way more noticeable it is when it's not even.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely wanted to kind of soften it a bit more and make it a
slightly
bit more
round.
Yeah, so it's a bit like kind of, you get a bit more of the shell happening.
Yeah.
Kind of like how that started taking that down, but in certain parts it hasn't started to like touch it yet.
Yeah, I mean when I made this, I literally just did it on my kitchen, like of my flat in London. That's going to be the trailer for the video.
So I took my 500...
Well, I mean, it can't be an American video because you're wearing PPE. Oh, that's so much better, isn't it?
Lovely. Okay. Tiny bit more.
Now, I've always been a bit of a Henry guy myself, James.
Well, I mean, it is from Chard, isn't it?
Oh,
so that's the other side of the better side of Somerset.
Here.
Oh.
Here.
Yeah.
I've never been as far as Chard.
So when did you start doing this?
Oh God. My concept of time isn't great.
Imagine this has all been put on a website.
Imagine some sad git just sitting there in the evening, just putting drums on a website.
Yeah.
Nothing better to do, trapped in some sort of cave underground in...
That is, you make your own hen's teeth, basically.
Totally.
I mean, we share our love of old Premier. Because I still think those 50s ones among some of the greatest drums ever made.
They're wonderful.
Like they're just so beautifully made. We met when I was doing drum heads.
Yeah.
And I was trying to think coming over, and I think it would have been like probably 10 years ago.
Yeah, well, actually, funnily enough, I registered the business as Drumattic.
Yeah.
In 2014. So 10 years ago was when I registered.
That looks great.
Marvellous. There we go. Slightly soften that off by hand.
Yeah. Oh wow. It feels just like way better than where it was.
Oh, no.
And it's also straight as well.
Yeah, so no, it's kind of when you do something like that, you can kind of really feel
Yeah.
feel any dips and stuff.
Very nice. Oh, that's absolutely amazing, isn't it? Yeah, so much better. Fantastic. Higher stock, obviously, 402. Royal, is that a Royal Ace?
That's 2000.
2000. This is you recovered this one, right?
Yes, I have. I've recovered that one.
That was the kit that I for my floor tom video. I was like, yeah, I'll do this the floor tom, and then I was just like, oh no, it sounds amazing. I don't need to do anything.
It must have been about 7 or 8 months to kind of set up the shop and the workshop and the rest of the building. So classic kind of room within a room.
Yeah.
All that sort of stuff, which is great. So yeah, it gets used for loads these days. So as you were saying, there's PA interface and stuff like that. So it's great for kind of drummers if they want to record themselves.
Yeah.
If they want to play, just practice kind of thing. Play with other musicians, all that sort of thing. I don't tend to do a huge amount of band stuff. I just say I'm going to hire the room and a 60s kit for the afternoon and
it's really it's great, and you've got such a nice selection of stuff, kind of covering all bases really.
And occasionally I'll run little kind of small intimate masterclasses in there. So there's some one-offs who I tend to have come either here or sometimes they'll be in Frome if it's a slightly bigger crowd.
Yeah.
So I had Clive Deemer a couple months ago.
The great Clive Deemer.
Legend.
Yeah.
And then in here, usually once or twice a year, tend to do ones with Rob Bryan and AJ Russo, who both great drummers. And it's really nice because, small intimate place. I like masterclasses and big masterclasses. They're wonderful for what they are. But it's also nice to get a room full of, 10 to 15, semi-local drummers.
Yeah. So I guess like the bigger things, maybe you
Bit
don't.
intimidating.
Yeah, like you can be a bit intimidated, I suppose, especially if you're like newer to drumming and things. And
I should have one with Rob coming up in a couple months, and hoping to get a couple people on board for a couple more sort of one-off one sort of thing.
Ah, cool. I can post up the announcement of the clinic
That
in the video.
Ludicrously seamless.
Yeah. Almost. Yeah. Dare I say it? Borderline professional.
Yeah. Good God. Makes me sick.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, this place is good. This is perfect that you brought that up.
Casually talking about fiction, man.
Wouldn't it be amazing if someone spent 4 years making a virtual instrument of just exactly that thing?
You could start it as zoom in me casually.
Yeah.